we are going to have our MVP interview, so let's throw it over to Joel for some translation.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Joel with your interview translations and KT. 2-0 victory for these guys. And we are here with today's MVPs. I'm glad I called the second one correct because he got it on this one. He got it on this game 2. But we have Smeb and Pawn for the interview. Smeb, we've seen you a lot more often these days. Seems like you styled your hair pretty properly today.
The real
actually, I
question.
didn't do anything to my hair today. Pawn, you got another win. How do you feel? I'm very happy with how I won the game today. And it seems like we got a few smiles on the camera for you, and you seem really happy about it. Yeah, it's actually, I have gotten the MVP in the early stages of the season, but I haven't been getting it recently, so I'm glad to get it now. I don't know if you guys are asking me who the other MVP candidate was. Yeah, but I think with the following the first place right now, I'm just taking it one step by step, and hopefully I'll become first place above that guy that I don't know who it is right now. We want to move right on to the game, and game 1 was already an interesting thing with Scarner actually making an appearance for the first time in forever. How was that about? I think the recent change in meta is that not the really assassination junglers, but more of the supporting junglers are making back into the scene, and Scarner really is a prime example of that, so that's why he tried it out. And we felt like Score would have been very in disagreement with the champions like Scarner. Yeah, I think with Scarner, he just needs a little more support, and once he does get the ultimate in, so that's kind of what he tells us once he's about to make a play. So I think that's just a good teamwork allowed the Scarner to be informed today. And Smeb, you picked up an MVP 4 times with just the Rumble, and that champion just seems to be synonymous with you in so many ways. Yeah, many people actually consider Nar to be the counter of Rumble back in the day, but you know, with the recent meta, the changes that it has seen, we can now see that Rumble is actually stronger in many of the other cases. And coming back to the game 1, we thought that it would be a really easy game for you guys to close out, but somehow you guys had some difficulties near the end. And how did you view the game overall? Yeah, we also thought that it would end pretty easily, but I think we had some crucial deaths in the end and did a little bit of throwing, so that's kind of the things that we didn't like. But I felt like it didn't end as cleanly as we would have liked. And a lot of people do say that the latter part of games that KT play aren't the most impressive, and just that closing out has been the most disappointing thing for you guys. Yeah, I think we are very aware of the fact that our late game is a little bit weaker than our earlier games. And I think those things take a little more time to fix, and we're just trying to take it one step at a time and trying to be patient with this, because I feel like we will eventually get to that point where we're happy about our performance in the late game. We have a video highlight of one of these plays that we're about to show you. Can you explain a little bit about the situation? Yeah, I was trying to go in with the ultimate and try to open up a fight, but everybody was pretty much deleted by then, so I didn't have much to do at this point. So that's kind of the good team fighting by our teammates that allowed us to win the game eventually. And moving on from game 1, we want to move on to game 2. And Smeb, you went with the undefeated Jarvan on your part. And right now it is currently undefeated still. And it's a recent uprise in the meta right now, but how do you rate that champion right now? Yeah, it seems like Jarvan was pretty much dead in the LCK until very recently, but I felt like Jarvan always had a potential, and with the right buffs that it came to it, just became a little more viable for the LCK. And Pawn, you faced off against this Corki in so many instances, and you did so well today, handling it especially well in game 2. Actually, the matchup between Talia and Corki is that Talia will push much faster, and that just gives you a lot more advantages to roam around. And it seems like ADD was very annoyed by the fact that he roamed around so freely to the top lane. And weren't you pretty happy that you got the easy roams? I don't really remember specific situation, but I think I was pretty satisfied. And with the Lion advantages, we have to mention the bot lane, who did especially a good job of holding the lane. And it seems like Deft had a lot of champions banned against it, but he somehow came up with a champion that still worked for him. Yeah, we were actually trying not to focus too much on bot lane because we thought that they could hold their own in the matchup, and so we really didn't even think about them the matchup. We'd actually look at them during the game, and we just kind of thought that yeah, they'll probably do all right. So, but I think the trust that we have in the bot lane naturally gives us a lot of advantages in the other lanes. And with all the bans that you guys put on the enemy jungle, they went with Nidalee. Weren't you guys afraid that would bite back in the laning phase? Yeah, I think something like a Nidalee would never even fear us one bit. And the fact that we had at least in our jungle, that just took away all the worries of potential plays that Nidalee could have made. So we weren't really afraid of the Nidalee at any point. We want to talk about some of the highlights that we've seen from Pawn. Really over the place. Yeah, I saw this play happening. As soon as I saw it, I try to make it up as fast as I can. We want to show all the highlights, but there's only so much we can show. There's too much that we have to choose from. Yeah, I think this was just kind of pretty ramble by our teammates right here. Yeah, Xayah didn't have the ult there, so that was the only opportunity that we wanted to make a play like this. This was the only chance to do it, so while the Xayah's ult was down, we wanted to just go ramble on this one. And it seems like after the play, you guys were looking at each other, very satisfied at each other. Yeah, these kind of plays don't happen very often. These are very rare clips that you guys are seeing here, so being able to pull this off, it always feels good. So we want to think Pawn that did a really good job there. Yeah, I think I agree with that comment. It's a very rare thing to see in LCK.
Oh, the backhanded compliments from Smeb.
I don't know if Pawn is trying to see what he's trying to say when talking about Smeb, but I think, yeah, with my teammates, I think I have the little bit of speaking rights, so Pawn is a little bit more careful, and also with my teammates when they were trying to say something about me. Yeah, but I actually like to argue against that. I think Mata and Score is the highest of that tier, and Smeb comes way below that, so speaking rights is not what he has. But a clean win does go to KT Roaster. And you take this moment and really just extend that as furthest as we can, and we will just work as hard as we currently are so we can get a good result near the end of the season. And that seems to be the end of the interview, and back over to you guys.
Thank you very much, Joel. Fantastic to hear about the KT hierarchy and the fact that Smeb now understands what it actually is.